Hi friends, I just wanted to do a video about noise pollution. So, I know this is a thing that's happening all over the world and in all cities, and I live in Missoula where the rentals are like less than 1% vacancy rate, so nobody really speaks up about stuff, and people just numb out whichever way. Anyways, I moved into a place where right outside my window there's this fan that goes on from 1 a.m. to 5 p.m. It goes up to 70 decibels, and it's just unusual that it would. Why would the fan for the boiler room, laundry room be on at 1 in the morning until 5? But anyways, it adjoins my wall, as you can see, and then I have this other vent right around there that goes up to about 50 or 60. So I've been here 2 months, and tonight was the first night I got some sleep. What I did was I took a bunch of boxes and I just created a barrier to the wall. So I have like these three. So I set that up all on the desk, and behind that set of barriers I have this heavy file cabinet thingy. So I put that along with another dense heavy file cabinet thing. Ugh. So I was, and I'm just putting it in what I hope is the trajectory. And last night was my first night doing it, so I guess I could put it over here because that fan is on this wall. And then I slept at what might be the quietest part of my room, which is at the door of my room, because I've tried every part. For a couple days I was sleeping in the closet because the fan in the laundry room wasn't going on at that time, but then the fan started going on at once, so that sleeping in the closet didn't work anymore. But this thick closet door material, that was a good barrier for the further vent. But anyways, I know the lighting is not that great here, but so what I did was I just put my bedding down here, and as you can see I have bins, my storage bins, basically file cabinet, and so that served as a sound, whatever, it just kind of absorbed the sound. And so I just wanted to suggest that to other people, and if you're moving to a new place, try to get the 6-month lease, the shortest lease possible, because it seems, at least if you're in Missoula, nobody really takes, property managers and landlords don't really take care of things, and tenants don't say anything, and so landlords are if you ever do say anything, the landlords are nobody's ever said anything. I don't know what you're talking about. So you get gaslit, and in my opinion, Missoula is like a third world city, with this first world entitlement. If you're a third generation Montanan, you have rights, but anybody else, you're too bad. So anyways, just try to limit, your obligations until you find the full extent of the place that you're living in. For instance, this room has no airflow. The apartment has no airflow. So I'm on the first floor, as you can see, and I've removed the screen because I'm trying to get some airflow. I don't know if you've ever lived somewhere where you don't get any airflow, but it's very difficult to function. And of course, animals try getting in here, and it seems like people have come in here when I've had my window open, and I've left it for a little while. So, but I want some air, and So one of the things I use, and also my roommate uses strong chemicals to clean and strong fragrances for her bathing. So I have this on hand, but that makes it quite a lot to juggle. With the constant 70 decibel fan going on out here, and then the 60 decibel fan going on at night over there. And running a fan for some reason doesn't seem to produce airflow. I mean, it does move some air around. It definitely makes a difference. Not perfect. I also use this called an air cleaner, but the batteries run out quickly. But I just want to say, definitely, if you move somewhere where it's really loud, get some type of thick, use what you have on hand, stuff that you're storing lots of papers in. And this was the first night I woke up feeling somewhat myself. And the thing is, I sustained this tularemia. I can't even say it. Tularemia. It's called rabbit scratch fever. Of course, I've not been around rabbits, but I think the chronic lack of airflow in this apartment. The woman who lived in this apartment, she died 2 months before I moved in. So I think the lack of airflow, the constant noise, and there's, and she also had like some genetic, or she was chronically ill, but so there's a lot of factors to take into account. But I just want to say, if you're thinking of moving to Missoula, I would say number one, don't, because nobody really is up on healthy living, real true deep healthy living, and you're gonna lose a lot, lose all the stuff that you've invested in your health, being here, unless you're really rich and you've got a lot of self-confidence and entitlement, and you can really fight here for your rights and your dignity. But I would say if you're on a limited income, single woman, especially with no social leverage or very little social leverage, I would not move here, because I have lost so much, particularly I would say the last few years that I've been here. I've lost my mind, like my ability to focus. My inspiration, my motivation, my passion. So I just kind of want to warn people: don't move to Missoula. I know it's so beautiful. It's like so. It seems like But the funny thing is, people in Missoula don't remain. They don't like stay in Missoula over the weekend. They're always going somewhere else. It's like the most beautiful little city, but people don't want to be here on the weekends. So anyways, I know I'm all over the place here, but definitely if you're experiencing a lot of sound, loud noises, constant motors going on, if you have children, if you have sick family members, if you have elderly family members who may not be aware enough to consider this an issue, look out for them. Make sure that they're not being constantly bombarded by constant noise. Like, there's children who live right right next door to me. There's 3 kids, and not to mention the parents. And I think this constant assault on noise, with noise, it affects your health, and it affects your psychology. It affects your behavior, and authorities like to blame people, like, oh well, you're just not moral enough, to be healthy or to be mentally balanced. And I think that those authorities are failing in their responsibilities to protect the public from chemical exposure, from sound pollution, and from abusive practices by not only commercial agencies, but so-called advocacy groups that's supposed to represent the public interest. Anyways, that's my recommendation. Make sure you're not being affected by sound pollution. Make sure that your loved ones aren't either. Thanks for watching.